Nia. And Nia, purpose. So we're going to talk about...
Good evening, I'm Jeffrey King. I'm the founder and executive director of In the Meantime Men's Group. Tonight, we're proud to be celebrating our 16th annual Kwanzaa celebration.
Good evening. My name is Earl Wooten. I am a member of the board of directors of In the Meantime Men's Group, Incorporated.
My name is Clarence R. Williams, Jr.
My name is Spencer Collins, and I am the CEO and president of Black Male Productions.
My name is Greg McNeil. I'm a photographer. I do fashion art and photojournalism.
My name is Ifalade Tashia Asante, and I feel like I'm part of the In the Meantime founding family. I have been a part of this organization and a part of this movement for the last 25, 30 years, and it's been an incredible journey.
Hello, my name is Pierre Cameron. I am a photographer and graphic artist back in Chicago.
My name is Lessel D. Wills. I go by Les Wills, and I'm a retired teacher.
My name is Charles McWells, and I think that this is a wonderful opportunity to look back at what In the Meantime has accomplished in the past 16 years and to look forward and ask ourselves the question, what do we need to expand this movement?
Kwanzaa is important because it's a cultural affirmation that I think that we need. We don't have a lot of things that tie back to any kind of historical celebrations for us, and this was developed for African Americans, for us, by us, and that is really important. Every culture has something that they draw on, and we don't have a lot. There's a lot of paganistic holidays, and this is not one of those. So I'm glad that we have this in our community because it's important.
We've tried to bring together the men in this community for the purpose of understanding that we really are all knit from the same cloth. The pains that we all share, the joys that we all experience, they gird us together, they make us stronger, they help us to understand the commonality of our bond. We draw our strength from each other. We have brothers who understand us, who support us, who believe in us. And Kwanzaa is such a great celebration because it gives us an opportunity to acknowledge that publicly, to affirm that who we are, to affirm the fact that our community is deeper than any one of us individually, but that together we make a major impact, not only on the city of Los Angeles, but actually throughout the country.
What I love about Kwanzaa is that it gives us an opportunity to reflect on our African past. We were uprooted as a people when we came here. And by uprooted, it means that we lost our language, we lost our many of our traditions, although they carry over in the church and a lot of the things that we do. We did lose quite a lot. So Kwanzaa enables us to reconnect with our African roots, to contemplate those African roots, to find value in those African roots. And it's a beautiful thing and a great tradition that he began. And I'm always happy to celebrate it, and I hope that it continues for 1,000 years.
Anytime that my people can get together and share, come together, and just be united in a moment, that's always a positive thing for me, and it's important to me. Pretty much everything I do involves trying to unite my people, so anytime we come together and share and grow and evolve, it's for the better good of all of us.
And for me, who born and raised in Central America, where we don't celebrate Kwanzaa, pretty much just Christmas, it has been very educational to come into this culture and discover such a beautiful thing. And for me, when I hear the name and for what I know, the first thing I think of is unity. I think of, one more reason to come together as African Americans.
I had the good fortune to interview as a journalist the founder, Dr. Maulana Karenga of Kwanzaa, who founded Kwanzaa in the 1960s as a way to unite the community and bring forth a cultural observance that would cross bridges of religion and identity and, just really give us some sort of guideposts to build our community on. I think these principles mean a lot more than just words. They are ways of living. They are something that we can live by each day of every year, that we can learn, emoja, the idea of unity, and principles like Nia, Kuji Jakwalia, Ujima. These principles that he created were guideposts for how we can empower ourselves, how we can get rid of some of the unhealthy competition that we deal with in our community, and find ways to join forces and truly empower and authentically empower ourselves and each other.
We need those in our community, African Americans, nationwide, who have access to the national stage to endorse what we are doing as same-gender loving people, to come out and to support us, to support the work of people in HIV prevention, as well as in the gender equality rights. Those can be celebrities or athletes or politicians of color, but those voices have largely been silent, and without the visibility that they bring to this issue, it will be harder for groups like In the Meantime to do this work on their own. We, secondly, need institutions, particularly the Black church, which historically has been at the forefront of most national movements, the civil rights movement, the women's rights movement, the anti-war movement, the anti-poverty movement. The two exceptions to that have been the gender equality movement and the fight against HIV/AIDS. And finally, we need for people who don't have access to a national audience, but who just are basic folk, to have the courage to embrace someone who isn't quite there yet, who sort of following the model of 12-step programs, brothers who have overcome their fear and the stigma that a lot of us face, who are willing to go out and find brothers who aren't quite there yet and put their arm around them and help show them the way, help encourage them, and assure them that they are valuable.
The powers that are creating the distractions and the tension surrounding the fear and the racism that we are the residual beneficiaries of, they know how to stand up and organize to pass the legislation quietly and quickly because they desire to oppress us.
And I would just sum it up that we are in need of a divine intervention as a community, and that it will take the entire village for us to be able to get through some of the challenging times that we have faced and will be facing in the future. So the projection is good, the projection is great. It will require some work. Collective work and responsibility is the key.